Good morning.
Morning. Did you guys do this last week? Or is this
Well, actually, Matthew Soto sort of impromptu did something, and I think there were like 4 or 5 of us. So yeah, we jumped on. There was like a couple people, and he ran that last week.
okay?
I think Marv is trying to get on, having some issues. Just message him. All right. Oh, there you go. There's Marv.
He's got to unmute.
Yeah. Sherry and Marv, you both are, hold on one second. I just went ahead and muted you. Let's wait maybe a couple more. We'll make, it's 5 minutes to 8. We'll wait a little longer and see who else joins.
So how many we got so far?
There's 4 of us.
5. I've got Linda on the bottom.
Yeah, I see 4 of us there.
Linda's on. We can't, maybe she doesn't have her video.
Yeah, I see Linda there. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume you guys still can't hear us.
No, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay,
I
good.
went ahead and unmuted everybody right now.
So everybody get along okay in spite of the inconveniences?
Nah, I wouldn't go there.
That can make a long topic for the duration of this call, probably.
Well, this is going to be probably my 8th Zoom conference call.
Really, this is my 3rd for the day.
Well, not for today. But well, it started early.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, there's Linda.
Yep.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. I can't use my computer. That it doesn't recognize my microphone, even though it tests well. So I have to use my phone.
Well, we can see you pretty good.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
I changed my background to where I'd like to be.
Ah, that's good. Nice.
Yeah, Sherry, I tried that one yesterday, but I guess my computer, it's not, I don't know if you have to have a better system or something, but it wouldn't allow me to do it without looking pretty weird in the back.
Oh, okay. I have a gaming computer.
Oh, maybe,
So-
maybe that's why.
I inherited it from my son.
So is everybody else doing okay? I talked to Cindy yesterday. She seems to be doing well.
Yeah, I talked to Cindy also.
Right.
And Rayanne, I talked to her. She's doing good.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't envy you with kids, Julie.
Yeah, we started doing the homeschooling on Monday.
Uh-huh.
So they each have their own Chromebook, and the teenagers are, well, they should be self-sufficient. I just got to check on them and make sure they're doing their homework.
Right, right.
But then my 2nd grader, it's pretty hands-on to get through the lessons and everything with them. So we try to split up our day, and so
Yeah.
far we're doing okay.
Yeah, my daughter is doing the same. She takes care of the 6th grader in the morning, and the teenager is supposed to be self-sufficient too. So, but I think she entices them by
Christy.
classes
Sure.
when they sit by the.
Christy joined us.
Hey, Christy.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Christy. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good. I miss you all.
Huh?
Miss you too.
Yep.
Sherry, I love your background. That is
Oh, thanks.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's where I want to be,
somewhere.
Christy.
That's where I want to be too.
Yeah.
I want to hang out next to you on a Chase
Okay.
Lounge on the beach.
Yes.
6 feet apart.
Yep. 6 feet apart,
Yeah.
of course. Oh,
How are you
goodness.
doing, Art?
What's that?
How are you doing, Art? Art, too.
Art joined
just
us.
joined us.
Yes.
Yeah, I see where Art's muted.
Yeah, can't hear you, Art.
I can, let me unmute. Let me see if I can.
There he is.
There. Hi,
Am I-
Art. Good morning.
There's Art.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Good morning.
doing? And how's Mako?
Mako and I are corona free, hanging out in Murphy today.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
good deal.
Oh, we are telecommuting to work, and we only go in whenever we have stuff that we have to do for medical or first responders.
Right. Right. That's good.
But other than that, just hanging out with the family and the dogs. How's everybody else doing?
Good.
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 Some exercise and walking in just so I don't fatten up just from sitting here.
Well, it's nice to get out too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been stretching my skills in the kitchen with whatever I can get at the grocery store. So pretty interesting here.
Uh-huh.
Well, I got 8 o'clock. I think I'll wait 2 more minutes here, and then I'll kick things off, and we'll see how we can wing it here. It's probably going to be a shorter call anyway, considering there are 9 of us now, I see. So
Yep. 8.
I'm not sure who else has joined lately, but anyway.
Oh,
Let's see here.
Lori via
Hey, Lori.
Villarreal.
yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful morning. If you
It
got to
is.
be cooped up, today's the day to do it.
Yeah.
Good morning there.
Oh, here comes Mako. Hey, Mako.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
you've got the dynamic duo now.
Yes, I know.
Wow. Now we got 10 of us now, I see. I think there were 31 on a call earlier this week that it was on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sherry, I was trying to figure out how to change my backdrop like yours.
Okay. I'm married to a technical person who I just ask and he does it.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to just ask and see if,
So if you go down to the bottom of your screen and you'll start seeing mute on the left and stop video.
yeah.
To the right of stop video, there's an arrow that points up. And if you
Choose
click,
a virtual background.
yes, and that's what you can choose, or you could upload your own.
Yes.
I'm
The computer-
doing that.
Yeah, but your computer has to be, I don't know, there's got to be a certain, I don't know the exact words or whatever, if it's a certain system or whatever you need, but 2 of my computers would not do it
Okay.
correctly, so I couldn't use the background, but maybe yours
Okay.
will.
I'm trying it when we're done with this. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun. I tried to do the chamber logo behind me, but it was like, it was
Too
really
much.
distracting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work with my computer, so.
Yeah. So funny story. I was on a call with 100 people the other day, and
Wow.
the gentleman had the same beach background that Sherry has, and he reached back to flip on a light. It looked like he was plucking coconuts from the tree. Like he had so much fun. All he did was this, like flip, and we didn't know what he was doing. So to us, it looked like he was just kind of
Flipping the coconut.
Greg.
He had such a laugh.
Well, I see there's 11 that's joined us now, so I think I got 803, so I think I'll go ahead and get us started here this morning the best that we can wing it, going somewhat virtually here. Welcome to the Murphy Chamber of Commerce Business Card Exchange. And obviously, it's going to be somewhat different. Julie and I did somewhat of a simulation yesterday afternoon, trying to figure out how we can wing it here with everybody. So patience, please. Bear with us. Don't claim. Well, I have been a participant on many calls. I've never been a facilitator, if you will. So Julie in the background is going to kind of try to wing it that way. Obviously, in this setting, no free coffee or breakfast snack. You're all on your own, which you would have conveniently there probably where you are at anyway. For all you regulars are certainly well aware that at the end we have opportunities for giveaways. I don't see how that's going to work in this kind of setting. And so at any rate, typically how we kind of run this is Julie, I think, maybe has everybody muted. Some of the calls have had a lot of background distortion because of family nearby and all of that. So having you muted is not will be the norm here, except for the one who is talking. Julie will selectively go around the room, if you will, and give you an opportunity for your 30-second commercial. For anybody that's new out there, you would still have 1 minute. And I want to suggest that if there is anybody on the call that's new, that you would state that right up front and let us know how you heard about us, okay? All that being said, I assume everybody can hear me okay. I'm going to turn it over to Julie. I see some nods, very good. I would turn it over to Julie for any kind of chamber-related announcements. Those announcements may be somewhat minimal as we speak because of the somewhat of a lockdown situation that we are currently in. Hopefully that will not last for too many weeks here. But Julie, the best you can from maybe not only a chamber standpoint, but any announcements from maybe a city standpoint, I'll let you take it away, and then we'll kind of virtually go around the room here.
Sure. Thank you, Marv. Well, it is good to see everyone this morning. You know, we're doing things a little different, but sometimes change is good and good things can come out of this. So a few things to kind of note. One of the things I've been working on with the chamber is just trying to stay up to date with all the information. I'm sure everybody, just like myself, is getting flooded with the COVID-19 emails. One thing the chamber wants to do is not to continue to flood your inbox, but to let you know that we're here. We're paying attention, we're collecting the information and trying to get it out all in one place. So I continue to try to select relevant sites that will update themselves as, you know, so whether it's the congressman or CDC, different sites, I'm trying to get that on the website out to the members so that you have it in one place in case you know, and I'm sure you've seen it in other places too, but resources to businesses as it becomes, you know, finalized and passed, whether it's a vote or whatever. So I've been working on those types of messages. Another thing is our director of communications on the board and myself have been working on something called Murphy Unites, and you might have seen it come out yesterday in your email, also on Facebook, and also I'm going to be working to get it up on the website. Hashtag Murphy Unites is really a name of an effort that we're trying to do so that people can recognize something where they can go to and look at the latest update from our local businesses. So we're encouraging businesses, this includes all of you, you know, what are you promoting? What are you doing that might be of service and help to other businesses right now? And what are you doing ongoing with your business? And getting a promotion out there. So it's something that's free, and it's something that if you send me what you want, We'll work to get that out on Facebook, and always is collected under this hashtag Murphy Unites. So if you have any questions about it, reach out, let me know, or send me an email. We've already had several just from yesterday emailing saying, I want to do it, here's my information. So we'd like to get this started and kind of see where it goes. In terms of the city, I have been in contact with Jared, our Director of Economic Development. One of the other things I want to work on is putting together a survey for our local businesses. I know several other communities are doing this. And while Murphy is a small community, I still think it might be relevant to collect information from our businesses, whether they have a storefront or they're from home, to get information about how they're being impacted by what's going on. How is it impacting their business? How are they working around it? I think collecting this is something we can get to the city, we can get to our congressmen and understand a little bit more about what we can do on the chamber side to give resources to our members, and also just as a community what we need to do. So be looking for that. That's something I'm working on right now and want to get out to the membership. And if you can fill it out, we would really appreciate the participation. So those are just a few things from the chamber. I am working remotely. The city building has a skeleton crew there. So if you need anything, just give me a call or send me an email. And with that, I wrote down who I have in name. I think there's one person on the call I didn't get a name from. So we'll go through here and just kind of start. And if you want to just give us a 30-second commercial or an update, whether it's relevant to what you're going through now, how you maybe might modifying your business, anything. If you can do it succinctly. I will remind you that we only have until 8:40. The version that we have is good for 40 minutes only. So we're at 8:10, we have a half hour to get through. So if you can keep your comments short, and if we have extra time at the end, then we can chat a little bit more. Why don't we start with Art?
You know, I'd like to defer to Mako because I've never been at a meeting with Mako before, and I've never seen him perform his magic. So that's okay with everybody else. I'd like to defer.
Good call. Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Mako.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Okay,
You're
yeah,
there.
I just had to unmute.
There you are.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Glad to
Good
see
morning.
everybody up and running this morning. Luckily, our business in the printing world has been deemed an essential business. I think because of a lot of the signs and things that we've been printing for example, the Plano Police Department and the City of Wiley and the City of Plano to help inform the general public of some of the facilities that are closed when they drive up to them and stuff. But yeah, we're up and running here at the shop. Like many of you, our business is down dramatically, but you know, we've decided to try to be more proactive in the social media arena. We've been doing a lot of email messages out and just trying to be proactive and letting everybody know that we're up and running and we're here with available press time to crank out anything that anybody needs to help keep their business going. I got back from a conference just as this coronavirus stuff was hitting everybody, and one of the things that they reminded us all of was to be sure and conserve your cash. You know, be careful because we don't know how long it's going to be, whether it's 4 weeks or it's going to be 4 months. But just be careful if you have any big expenditures on the books. Maybe you might want to postpone, you know, buying that new piece of printing equipment or new car or whatever. But be careful and conserve your cash and call your banker and see if they'll extend your loan agreements, like if they'll increase your line of credit, et cetera, just in case this gets to be an extended period of time. But just have a positive attitude, everybody. Hopefully we'll get through this shortly.
Very good.
All right, thanks, Mako. Art, do you want to follow him? Is it going to be a duel of the brothers?
Well, I just want to show one thing that I have here is this little sign. If you'll email us at bullet@bulletgraphics.com, I can get one to you in a PDF. if you want to use it for your business, or if you have a customer that needs a sign like this, you can email it to them and use it. So
Very good.
there it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Rick, would you like to go next?
Sure. One thing that's important, and I'll use a little bit of graphic. Now, again, this is sort of home style graphic. Basically, when it comes down to your marketing avenues, it comes down to, like we normally do our networking, we do our Facebook, we do our email campaigns, and social media, and so on and so forth. The point being is, some of those avenues are closed right now, which we know, and the face-to-face times and the networking. But your marketing is still extremely important, because if you make a change, a discount or an offer, or that you're open or your hours are changed, what good is it if you do not let people know and you're not able to get your message out there? So what I'm doing is I have actually reduced 35 to 50% on all of my services to help people get their messages out there, such as whiteboard animation, slide video presentations. And not only that, starting next week with the Expanse, we have the power groups, right? Okay. We're going digital every Monday so that people can join and not have to actually be there physically. So Monday at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing a Zoom call every Monday so that we can actually connect more people throughout the DFW area. And we also have the royalty marketing Zoom call for the members tonight at 6:30. This is the wave of the future, people. This is really it. Remember what happened at 9/11? After 9/11, all of the airport security changed. What you're seeing here and what we're doing is what's going to happen going forward. I'll be able to help if you want, free advice and give you some tips. But that's my 2 cents for the day.
Thank you, Rick. Linda.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm doing fine. Obviously, tchotchkes is are not a priority right now for anybody. And I can weather this. My husband's business, like Macos, they're in printing. They're considered essential because a lot of their clients are essential and they have to keep producing. So at least he's occupied. I do want to say how his business has changed some. Part of his business is T Tycoon, and they do imprinting like t-shirts. They're making masks, either printed or unprinted, to accommodate the emergency. And they also have a huge washing machine that does industrial cleaning if anybody needs to do linens, which I thought was kind of a cool idea, and also to help their business. As far as what I'm doing, I'm enjoying my time. I love to cook, so I'm right up there doing that. I'm trying to exercise to keep myself going, and that helps your mind as well and your spirits. I walk around the block and stay well away from other people. I took out a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that's probably more frustrating than calming at this point, and I do a lot of reading. So I'm really just trying to enjoy my time and not let it get the best of me. The hardest part is not seeing my kids and grandkids, but we FaceTime. So we're in an age where at least we have all of these tools to still stay connected. And I was on another networking Zoom yesterday morning, and it worked really well. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Linda.
Wash hands.
Thank you. We had a few more people join the call. All right, so Christy Denham.
Yes. So you all could see I'm in the office. I go from quarantine at the house to quarantine at the office. And those that have been here to our office, we can shut ourselves into these little spaces here, which is nice because we kind of get in the zone and get a lot done. But yeah, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Mako. We're helping make sure people are cash flow healthy. And this is the biggest kind of come to Jesus for folks that may have been living paycheck to paycheck, haven't necessarily embraced a kind of budgeting practice of some sort. Maybe they didn't realize what all they had, so this is causing them to really look at things a little bit closer. So we're just helping clients and prospects with those pieces, making sure, even though they're excited about the market being down because it hasn't been down in 11 years like this, that before you jump in, how do we look as far as cash flow, paying the bills, reserves, in case this goes on a lot longer? So that's what we pride ourselves in our firm is by us not working off of a commission, we work on salary. We can tell them, we see that you don't have a lot of liquidity. That makes us nervous. We want to take care of yourself, your utilities, food. So please do that. We're not going anywhere. We'll be here when we weather the storm. So that's just our talks every day with folks. And unfortunately, we've had to sell for a few folks that needed liquidity. I've helped others either dial it up or dial it back in their investment choices during this period because they realize where they feel they're comfortable at. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing on a day-to-day.
Thanks, Christy.
Thanks. I miss everybody. You know me. I like to hug. I'm sad I don't get to see y'all, but hopefully warm weather kind of zaps this, right? At least in Texas a little bit.
Yep.
All right. Lori, would you like to go now? Lori Villarreal, would you?
Hi there. Sorry, I needed a minute to unmute. Good morning, everybody. I'm with Christy. I like the hugs and I like to see everybody's face. Thank goodness for technology. There's no time in history that we've ever been this prepared to be as connected as we are and still be socially distant, right? I think Rick has it exactly right. We are proving that there's a new way to do business and engage in the community. We've always fussed that our kids are too into their phones, yet they're the ones that are managing this probably better than we are. So it is a different day. I am Lori Villarreal with the Wiley ISD Education Foundation. I'm boring because the foundation is business as usual-ish. We meet a lot. We're obviously not meeting face-to-face, but we're still having our meetings. We're in the season where we deliver scholarships for seniors. So we are, as a matter of fact, this Friday, 45 of our community volunteers will start the review process of our scholarships that we expect to give away. We will plan to make those awards in May. How that happens will depend on whether we're isolated still or not, but we will still make the awards. We're about to bring in new members to our board. We just really are business as usual. And that's exciting. Our philosophy has sort of been, let's just be the one thing that's normal in the school district so that when everything kind of sets back in place, we're ready to do what we do best for the school district. A couple kind of insider tips. I know a few of you know this already because I shared it yesterday, but I've been able to be on the leadership calls with the school district, and I just have to tell you, it's not a show. It is as impressive as it seems. Dr. Vincent even took time to, I would say, feed his leadership team the other day. I don't mean literally, but he brought in a trainer a gentleman who does a lot of coaching. We had our staff meeting, and then we had an optional professional development opportunity. It was short, it was fast, it was powerful and re-energizing. And one thing I took away from that is energy is a demonstration of love. When we come and show up with energy for our clients, our customers, it's a demonstration of you matter to me. And I thought that was pretty powerful. One of the many messages, but it was interesting to have in a time of crisis, the school district still said, wait a minute, let's pour into our leadership. It is as impressive as it seems. Yesterday, the district posted something a little bit more on what do we do with anxiety in our kids. Honestly, all of you should watch it. It addresses young kids. It addresses teenagers. Sorry, I got that prompt. It addresses us as parents. So, I mean, if you got the time, it's a little bit long, but it was really, really good. So it's posted on the district website. It's an interview with Dr. Jameson, worth sitting through. And I want to encourage all of you, I know where some of you are in your lives, but all of us, it just was a really good reminder of Handle Today. The district's also, 2 other little fun facts, they're feeding kids who need to be fed. And we're waiting on hotspots. They're back ordered. We expect them any day now. As a matter of fact, they could come in today. So we have some families, yours and our family are doing great with our internet and our what do you call that, Wi-Fi. But we have some families who don't have that. So the district has ordered over 800 hotspots, the last count that I know. And they are expected to come in this week. That will help the kids who don't have Wi-Fi kind of catch up. The district has issued Chromebooks to everybody, they believe. So kind of some fun insider things. Those are the 2 challenges, if you will, that they're having. If you see a teacher, give them a virtual hug because they're working hard. That's it.
Thanks, Lori. All right. We still have 6 people left and about, under 20 minutes left for a call. Sherry, would you like to go next?
Sure.
Sherry, are you in Hawaii right now?
Yeah.
Man.
I'm where I want to be.
I love
virtually.
it. I'm going to join.
Doing good. Our business hasn't changed a lot because what we do from home anyway. We're out there for other people that might need something. One of the things I want to mention is we pick up and deliver to the post office. If you can't get out, call us, put it on your doorstep. We'll take it to the post office. That's a lot of our customers we're doing now. So that's a benefit of what we do. We also can help people who want to put up stuff on social media. Now's the time people are home and slower and they want to get the stuff done, like redo their Excel or whatever. Give us a call. If you don't want us to do it, we can walk you through it. I'm going to talk about the scholarship a little bit because we also are doing our scholarships for the Murphy Chamber. I'm posting every day for that, and we are getting responses. Not as many as we've had in the past, but we've kind of changed how we're doing this. So we didn't really expect as many. Wally was working on helping us before this happened. I'm not sure where that is. Maybe Lori can clue us in on that.
Yeah, we've pushed it out pretty aggressively with our parents. Okay. So our counselors are a little bit, what we're finding is our counselors aren't getting the traction that we need them, you want them to get. So I've not just generally pushed it out, but I've actually contacted parents in those neighborhoods, in your neighborhoods. So what I hear you saying is you would like to see some more applicants.
Yes, and the word is getting out, but we also know that these are still teenagers as much as they want to be grown, and they wait till the last minute.
They do.
So that's what we're counting on. I mean, right now we have enough that we can do the award all of our scholarships. I mean, we're not that few. We have enough we can do that. So thanks, Lori, for your help.
Yeah, we find, if it helps, we find that in our process too, they really do wait to the last minute. And even with parent pressure, a lot of them don't apply. It's so interesting and crazy.
Yes, because this is something they have to do. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Luke, would you like to go next? Luke.
Sure. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy to be here. Happy to be engaging with folks. Like Christy, we are considered essential personnel. So our offices are open, but we are prohibited from actually meeting with anybody in person. So we are doing things like Zoom calls, like Skype or WebEx. to be able to meet the needs of our clients. And so I'm more than happy to jump on any calls with anyone that has questions, concerns about the markets. Like Christy said, this is exactly the reason why we promote having 3 to 6 months of emergency cash available. Because if you have something like this that comes up, it doesn't have to be something this big like a pandemic. It can be a cancer scare, it can be a stroke, different things that come up throughout life. You need to have the cash available. And that's why we do preach having 3 to 6 months of cash at least on hand for emergency situations. Happy to talk with people about their portfolios, make sure they're properly balanced. If you feel like you've taken a bigger hit on your portfolio this time around, then it's a great opportunity to have a conversation. Make sure that you have the right investments in play for the future. And looking forward to seeing everybody again soon, hopefully. And you know, I'm a big hugger as well. I like seeing people in person. I'm an extrovert, so it's really hard not to be in person with everybody.
Thank you, Luke. Appreciate that. Next, Megan, we see you join the call. Would you like to go?
Hi guys. Happy Thursday. It's I'm still on track of the calendar, which I think is progress. So I haven't lost my days yet. But I'm Megan Lunty. I'm the owner of Brightway Insurance. We're an independent insurance agency here in Wiley. Business is as usual as it can be. We are an essential business, so I am able to come to my office, but we keep the door locked. It is nice to be able to have a change of scenery. Insurance doesn't stop. And so now is kind of a good time. Everyone's home to kind of be looking at policies, making sure that you have the right coverages as we enter storm season here in Texas. And making sure your premium is where it needs to be with the marketplace. So there's still quite a bit of competition out there, and we're happy to review your coverages for you. We also take care of commercial clients. So if you have not looked at your business policy in a while, now is a really good time as well. There's been a lot of questions around if virus is covered under business interruption and so forth. Since 2006, the answer is no, it's been excluded. There are some things going on at the state and federal level to see if insurance companies can make exceptions, and we don't know where that's at this time. But anyway, so we're here trying to promote the community as much as we can. We try to do a daily Facebook share of restaurants having specials or financial service groups, what they're looking at. So we're just really trying to promote our small businesses so that everyone isn't out of sight, out of mind right now. So that's our way of kind of giving back during this time. So if you need anything, please give me a call. Yeah, we're running as best that we can during this time. So thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Rayanne.
Good morning. Well, I have 2 teenagers that I'm trying to make sure they do their homework, and a senior. So it's been tough, trying to pull back the anxiety of, will there be a graduation? Who knows? My business, because I work one-on-one with people, I'm not essential. I'm not able to see any clients. So I've been focusing, trying to get my my online course available for people, especially for those who have pain, because I have recorded probably 20-some videos of movements that people can do at home. So I'm working on trying to finish up that online course to be able to sell that digitally, as well as working with a digital marketer, trying to learn some new skills, whether or not, I'll have a profession to go back to. And so, yeah, and like Linda, I like to cook. So keeping myself busy, with doing that. And of course, now it's stopped raining. So now we have yard work to work on.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So,
Thanks, Rayanne. Thank you. Louis.
Hello, hello. Good morning,
Hello.
guys. I'm sorry, I was
Just
a
went
few
to the
minutes
beach
late.
too.
I know I had to go to the beach just because Sherry had me.
He inspired you.
She inspired me. Yeah, everything's great outside. It's a beautiful day. I think last night I was outside with my wife and we were looking at the stars, and it was very little smog, no airplanes in the sky. It was kind of peaceful, I got to admit. And the sun has I've been soaking it up. So I work with Geneva Financial. I have a branch here locally. I think everybody on the call knows that. And banking has been a little bit turbulent lately in the markets. As we can see, they're passing the stimulus package. The news came out this morning with unemployment, and the stock market's been going crazy. So I've been advising a lot of people. I've been getting calls every single day. Hey, do I need to make my mortgage payment? Do I need to refinance? Should I hold off on this purchase? Should I sell my house? And with all the unknowns, it's just gauging one day at a time what's happening. And right now, purchase rates are really low. I'm hearing a lot of activity despite not leaving my house. I don't have to on my side of it. A lot of activity of people out there still shopping, but there's still a lot of apprehension. So what I'm offering people on this time is, providing access to the routes of money that you have. So, just like Christy was talking about and Luke and saying, hey, maybe this is a time to reanalyze where your money's going. Having those 3 to 6 months in reserves right now, especially if you might have a 2 household income, maybe going down to a 1 household income. So the different ways you can tap in your money. On Friday, when they plan to pass this bill, right now it has provision that if you have a 401k, you can pull $100,000 out. If you have access to that, is that the right thing to do though? And so I would talk to Christy or Luke if you guys are considering that. Other ways to access money that you have is in your house, believe it or not. Every time you make a mortgage payment, you're paying down on your principal. And up until, we'll see how it goes this summer, but home values have been increasing. I expect that to maybe take a little bit of a dip. So if anybody's looking to take equity out of their house, right now might be a good time, because the way the banks are right now, rates are really choppy. So getting your file in is gonna put you ahead of the curve, because there's a lot of capacity issues. When everybody heard the Fed drop their rates to 0, that clamored them to the bank. Refi applications went up almost 480%. So you can look at different options. There's home equity lines of credit, although I'm seeing second lien holders already starting to stop doing those type of loans right now, HELOCs, things like that. So let's just have a conversation. Let's weigh out all of the pros and cons and see if you can benefit from it. But maybe getting a little reprieve on that mortgage payment, lowering it. This might be a good time to hunker down and get a low fixed payment. And you can always pay extra on it, pay it off early, but let's get something manageable, especially when your house payment's typically the largest debt. So.
Thanks, Louis. Appreciate it. All right, we have 2 more people and about 3 minutes to our 40-minute call. So we've got Mary Pat and then Marv. Mary Pat, would you like to go?
Sure.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hey, well, it sure is nice to see some of these familiar faces and hear these great ideas. Louis, that was really good what you said about the mortgages. And I'm seeing that, oh, by the way, I'm Mary Pat Elledge with Keller Williams Realty. Some of you I don't really know that well, and it's been a while since I've been to a meeting, but I've been doing a lot of Zoom. And so I just wanted to jump in here a little bit. Louis had some good points. I'm seeing that the closings they were going around 3 weeks, but now we're giving them about 4 weeks to close on my listings. And the buyers are, it's just an unusual time, but I'm still selling homes. There's things coming onto the market. This springtime, it always, new things come on the market. And so I would say if you're interested in selling, it might slow down a little bit, but if yours is out there in the market and you want to sell it, then I'd say go ahead and let's talk about that and get it out there, because when the market gets slow with no listings, and that's when the prices go up, which is really good for the sellers. But if you're a buyer also, it's a good time. We can work out some maybe Zoom face-to-faces with some of the people that own homes, that they could give a video tour or something like that. So we're working through some of those things. I would just say, you know, stay healthy and eat right and get some exercise. And thank you for allowing me to come on today.
All right, thanks, Mary Pat. All right, Marv, you want to go ahead and give your...
Okay, I'll try to wind us down here quickly. If there was ever a time when you need to be living and breathing in a near bacteria-free environment, that time is now. And my air purification technology products can very well be the solution that you desire for that, whether it's a single room unit or a treated entire house, either way. It's been definitely challenging to make alkaline water deliveries this week, because I usually do that at these meetings. So I've had to meet people in a lot of different parking lots, but I did make 7 gallons worth of deliveries on Monday. I've got 6 gallons worth of deliveries today and 2 other appointments. So things are going well in spite of the challenges. And so remember, as I've said many times before, it's your health that's your greatest wealth, folks. Okay. Well, I'm done. We tried to make arrangements for a 10-minute spotlight. I don't know that we necessarily have time for that, and I don't know if that person has even showed up anyway.
No, our spotlight scheduled today was Ben Phillips with the First Baptist Church of Murphy, and I did message him. He didn't respond. So stay tuned on the spotlights and how we're going to run the calls, whether or not we'll be able to do maybe a longer call. Looks like we had 14 people today. And, you know, we're just at time. I didn't time everybody today, so you got a little extra time, but we'll kind of monitor for future calls based on how many people we have and things like that. So stay tuned, keep watching your emails, the Chamber Facebook page and the website for updates that we'll be getting out about any virtual meetings the Chamber is going to hold, and any resources. And remember, give me a call anytime or send me an email if you have any questions. So we wish everyone well, stay healthy and prosperous during this time. And the Chamber's here as a resource if you need us. So thank you for calling in today, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day and week.
If anybody's got any feedback regarding this call, please get a hold of me or Julie, and we'll collaborate together and see what we can do to maybe tweak things.
Yes, I said.
Thanks, everyone.
This is great, guys. Thank you. Nice seeing everybody.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.